to PodFest 11. All right. Starting PodFest here with a bang, literally, or a siren, I should say. Got my pass here. I attended one session, and it was cool. It was all about, how to create a video podcast if you're brand new, using AI to assist you in creating the podcast and not replace you. Make your workflow easier, which is how I think AI should be going. And there's a bunch of noises. There's someone doing a weed whacker over there. Fire alarm was just pulled. So we're outside now. It's pretty chilly, but coming from the Northeast where I live, this is like a nice fall day. I'm in my t-shirt right now, just because inside, it's not so cold. So I thought I was going to be inside most of the day, but turns out that I guess we're outside today here at PodFest, and it's huge. It's the 11th one. I think it's like the biggest podcasting conference in the U.S. I don't know, but something like that. It's big. There's a lot of people here. Everyone seems really nice. I will say it skews a little older. Probably most people here are like middle-aged or in at least their 30s, or even older, 40, 50, 60. So not a ton of, there's young people. It's a good mix of ages, but I thought that was interesting, just because if I was going to like a YouTuber or video creator specific event, I'd expect it to skew younger. So it's interesting that podcasting seems to skew a little bit older. It's my first time being at any of these conventions like that. Just going to take the time when the fire alarm is going off to vlog here and spin around. What I realized is I actually really enjoy vlogging when I go somewhere, especially if I'm by myself, if I don't know anyone else, because then it's a way to pass the time, it's a way to get my thoughts out and talk to all of you in the future, when I don't know anyone. But I'm going to be social and get to know some people. It seems like people are going back inside, so maybe it was a false alarm. But we'll see. It is now like 11 a.m. It's time for lunch. They're giving us lunchtime. I didn't eat anything today. Got coffee though. Most important thing of the day is coffee. I seem to be the only one vlogging here from what I can see. Definitely more video focused than a lot of the people here, where they're going to conferences to figure out, how do I put video into my audio podcast? Whereas I'm almost the opposite, where I come from the video background and I'm trying to figure out, how do I make a video podcast that's effective now? It also seems like my workflow is very different. I'm also interested because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of live podcasts, and I plan to make my podcast a live video podcast, have the live one on Twitch and maybe on my secondary YouTube, and then post the edited form on my main YouTube channel and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, etc., in audio and video form. So I'm wrestling with that, thinking about it. I'm gonna try to talk to some people, figure out what's going on. We've got a lot of days left in this conference, so I'm excited. But day one here, it's cool, it's exciting, and I'm gonna go eat some lunch.
And trademark law doesn't cover the name of your show. Think about your cover art, your show notes, the sound of your voice.
Consistency. Be consistent. Don't say, I posted 3 to 4 a day. I posted 3 to 4 videos a day. I have posted 930 videos since April 4th. Woo! But I worked 16 to 18 hours a day, and I knew that was my life. I made it my life.
Who's the boss?
I'm a boss!
YouTube is 31% of the apps that people 13 and up are using to actually access podcasts. So what does that tell me? That tells me Gen Z and younger is using YouTube to access audio content, okay? That doesn't mean that Spotify and Apple Podcasts aren't bad. It just means that the current, newer generation of people raised off of YouTube, are using this as a platform of choice.
Why do you call this cute?
Hey man, Wally, what's been up, man? What's going on, bro?
I've been good, man. Been good. Just, a lot of things going on. I just finished doing a movie with Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, so that's pretty cool.
All right, so more developments here at PodFest 2025. So my phone decided to just stop working randomly, like in the middle of presentation. So that's my phone currently. The main screen works. I got the Z Flip 4, but the actual, or not the main screen, the flip screen works, but the main screen does not. So basically I can only reply to text. I can't start a text because I can only do things from the flip screen. So what I had to do is my friend texted me and I asked him to text my girlfriend for me to so that I could reply to her text and so she could communicate with me, because right now I'm gonna have to get back to the hotel I'm at by having her call me an Uber. Also, the one downside is that, first of all, I wasn't able to get onto the Hoova app, which is everything is through this app, and it just wasn't working for me. Apparently everyone else, they're like, oh, I didn't even have to sign in, it just worked automatically. For me, it's just not working. So I'm not able to use their app at all. Also, they don't have any printed schedule. So if you're like me and your phone is broken, I don't know what's going on next. So I just kind of been bouncing around. I even asked some people here and they're like, no, there's nothing printed out at all. There's no board where you could go to, or screen that cycles through and says, oh, this is what's coming up next. You're completely relying on your phone. So, I mean, most people will have a working phone, but for me right now, I'm kind of up the creek without a paddle because I can't check the app that they want everyone to use. I can't even go on their website to check the schedule, so that sucks. But the people here working here are very nice, and someone actually sent me a screenshot to my cell phone so that because I can only see texts I get, so I have that there so I can see the schedule for today. But it's been a journey, but so far it's pretty awesome. I'm about to go do the panel track soon, and then they have an influencer meet and greet later. At some point soon, I'm gonna have to get my phone fixed. So wish me luck. Hopefully next time I check in with y'all, I have a working phone, but I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden just pooped out. Excuse me, ma'am. What do you think of PodFest this year? What do you think of PodFest? What do you think of it? Oh, you're so cute. Hey. Hey. Can you introduce yourself and why you are running around with the Dragon life raft?
So I'm Jennifer Dragonette, and yes, that is my real last name. And why I'm running around in a life raft is because I wrote a book called Your Story is Someone's Life Raft, because honestly, somebody's story saved my life. I had the plan for the day, and I woke up, I listened to a podcast, did my normal morning routine, and then I was going to go through with my plan, and what they said to me changed my life. So that's why I wrote the book, was because you never know who you're going to impact, and my podcast is beyond the downloads because it's like, somebody saved my life, so is that worth keep going? So
that's an amazing story, and definitely memorable. Your marketing, can I just say, is amazing. And I've been giving out these, I'll show it. I've been giving these out. Why am I speaking to this like it's a mic? I've been giving these little Adventures lens cleaner business cards, business lens cleaners, So, because I was like, oh, I need to stand out. And the first thing I saw when I walked into PodFest was you in your dragon life vest. And I was like, all right, I need to talk to that person because they understand viral marketing. You know, I know everyone's been taking pictures with you. So that's awesome. And like you said, you're taking your name, Dragonette, which is your real last name, and your podcast is, you know, the slogan is your story is someone's life raft. So you're literally in a dragon life raft that's like perfect. So that's the thing is like sometimes you got to think really literal with your marketing and then boom.
It doesn't matter how big or small your story is. Like sometimes a simple hello and the inflection in your voice is going to make a difference.
Yeah.
So don't give up. Even if your numbers are small, it doesn't matter where you are. Like, what if that one person you saved their life, would it be worth keep showing up?
Right. You only need to make a difference for one person to make it worth it.
And then we say ripple, and I'm not a ripple girl. You're too magical to be a ripple, so let's make tsunamis.
Right. Well, the thing is, someone touched your life with their message, and now you're making a difference being out here. People are talking to you. Whoever's watching this is going to know your story now and, you know, think about like your type of marketing and your message and all that sort of stuff. So that's the ripple that turns into a tsunami that you're talking about, you know? So I love that. That's awesome.
Don't be afraid to be your weird self.
Yeah. And
Who else is wearing a floaty?
where can people find you online?
Anywhere at jen.dragonette.com. You can search any of the things. I'm pretty much everywhere.
Cool. And we'll put a little lower thirds here for you. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Enjoy swimming along to the next event that you're going to.
Thank you.
So I'm here with the Owl app, and we are basically a networking event on your phone. So we call ourselves sometimes as if LinkedIn and Cameo had a baby. That's our app. So you can network with a lot of different professionals on there. There are a lot of podcasters on there. So how it works is it's all one-to-one audio calls. So you can find different people in your industry that you want to connect with and just call them on demand in real time. And everyone sets a price for their time. So most people charge $1 for 10 minutes of their time. But the beauty of it for podcasters is that many times you might have a podcast, but you don't know, is this guest going to be good? Are they going to be dynamic? Are we going to vibe? So it's a really great way to do like mini chats with people to see if you like them, to see if you vibe, if you want to have them on, vice versa. If you're in any industry looking to be on a podcast, it's a great way to find other podcasters and get on their shows. So what we're doing here today, we also have our own podcast, and we set up a live podcasting booth. So we are just letting people come on over, interviewing people on our show here, and requiring that everybody sign up for the app in order to get their footage. So make sure that you guys sign up for the Owl app. It's OWWLL. Use the code MUSIC, and you will get $10 to try out, spend your money talking to different people, finding your next collaborator, your next connection, any of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So they would pretty much sign up with Stephanie here, give her your information, and then we have some people who have never been on a podcast before, and this is their first podcast, like live. So they get nervous, whatever, but so they sign up with her. You just wait in line and you go, and we interview you just about kind of nothing crazy, just like let it flow. Ask people what they do, just organic conversation, maybe a little bit about podcasting, entrepreneurship, that kind of thing. And then they'll get on the app and make calls, and then they'll get their footage. So that's the difference. Last year we were here, and we kind of had people download the app, and then we didn't really require them to use it. And this year we've seen how it works. We changed the game now, where we're not giving you your footage from your episode unless you use the app.
I might have spoke too soon before when I said not a lot of other people were vlogging and stuff, because once I went into the Expo hall, check this guy out. He's got a Apple Vision Pro. rocking in his own little world here. Never seen someone walking around with one. How you doing? I noticed your Apple Vision Pro. Is that what that is, or?
It's Pico. It's not Apple.
It's what?
Pico.
Pico. Like the Sega Pico.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, what is it doing? Is it like AR right now, or like you can see me through your camera?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, I get 2 questions from everybody.
Yeah.
One, can you actually see me?
Yeah.
Second is, can you see through my clothes? I don't know why, but it's...
Oh, really? I never thought about that. So are you, did you create that, or are you like...
Yeah, well, I'm the Chief Revenue Officer for this.
Oh, okay.
It's specifically for dentists.
For dentists?
Yeah, so it's for dentists to help alleviate their patients' pain, anxiety, and fear.
So do the patients wear this, or the dentists?
Patients wear it in the chair.
So they're on a nice beach somewhere.
Exactly.
While the root canal is going on.
They're going on a beach in Hawaii where they can watch the palm trees swaying, watch the waves in the ocean.
Could they watch The Office for the 5th time if they wanted to?
No, they can't.
No? Okay.
No, because if you start watching TV programs, your anxiety level is going to go up.
Interesting. So it's got to be a calming setting.
You're playing Call of Duty, or you're watching Friday the 13th, or Saw 24, and all of a sudden your anxiety is just going to go up.
I'm Floyd, and I'm with 120 Design Studio, but we do a lot of work with Ecamm. We help designers design their logo and their cover pages, and also their thumbnails, so that they have a professional branding throughout their program.
My name is Luis. I'm also known as Mr. Camera Junkie. I'm a photographer, videographer, and folder of fitted sheets. I actually do the remote production and editing for Ecamm, and I'm also here to help everyone else start their first ever podcast. They're like little pods or pods, right? So for podcasting, what we've done is we've set up little booths that actually have the cameras, actually not the cameras, the microphones, the computer, and everything set up, and you would just hop in, we will connect your own phone to be the camera source, and then you could actually use our program, Ecamm, to do all of the entire production right here on the spot and record your first ever podcast. As soon as it's done, we're airdropping that file right back onto your phone so that you can take it with you and have your first official podcast done, sealed, and delivered, leaving PodFest.
And I use Ecamm consistently for all of my recordings, and when I finish recording, it's so user-friendly that it posts my recording on all of my social media channels automatically. So I don't have to do any additional work.
Personally, I have my own live stream, which I've been doing for over 4 years consecutively. So every Saturday night I go live, and I'm on episode 215 right now. So 215 weeks consecutive of the Camera Junkie live stream, and I use Ecamm to do everything. My favorite part of Ecamm is that it has a scene setup where you can set your scenes ahead of time, and it then becomes my run of show, where it literally just keeps me on track and just keeps me on the rails to do the entire live stream and try to keep it within an hour. And because of it, it lets me know where to start, and once I finish and once I'm done, it's all said and done, I'm able to broadcast in 4K to YouTube directly, and is the main reason why I love Ecamm. The ease of use and the fact that you can basically create a show without having the need to edit it the same way that I do my live streams. We no longer have to use any third-party providers to actually do the multi-streaming. It is now built into Ecamm. It was something that was asked for by our community, and it was something that was able to be delivered. So now you can multi-stream to YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, to Twitch, your heart's desire, using Ecamm.
Cool. So like unlimited output, basically.
Yeah, and one of the cool features is that Ecamm allows you to bring comments onto the screen. So if it's on YouTube, we're able to bring the comments from your community and put them right onto the broadcast. And we're also able to do that even with Instagram, which we're like one of the only ones who can do it. So you can broadcast widescreen to those platforms and then still broadcast vertically to Instagram and have the chat corresponding to both being able to be pulled up and brought onto the screen using Ecamm.
So that was pretty cool. I was not expecting something like that. The one thing I'm wondering about is the sound quality, because you're in that room, like we're all talking normal. So I wonder if the sound quality is going to be good for those podcasts that they're recording in there. But it's an awesome concept, and definitely from their perspective, from marketing perspective, it's great. You can ask people questions like I did. I was really grilling them with a lot of questions, and they had some awesome answers to that. And they could try the product out for free, and say like, hey, I've had an experience with it. So that's pretty smart on their end, I think. Yeah, it's really cool. One of the most interactive elements here, and I think they're going to be here every day. So I feel like they're probably going to start doing this more for future PodFest and other similar events. So that's pretty cool. So something you can look forward to if you want to get some practice in the podcast. You want to prove your concept, or just check some stuff out. You can do it, and they'll help you out every step of the way. So it's awesome.
Pocket 3-punch.
Oh, there you go.
We're Mopod. We're the largest audience development company in podcasting. So said differently, we market podcasts for major networks as well as independent creators. Today, we're here talking about our newest tool, Mopod Charts. The URL is at charts.mopod.com. And this is a new way for people to be able to track their podcast performance in Apple Charts all in one spot across the world. For those that are interested in amplifying their audiences, we also have a couple of products that either help you grow your Apple followers on a fixed cost pay for performance basis, and we also have another tool that helps podcasters promote specific episodes by driving targeted IAB downloads.
And why the pirate theme? Just
because why the hell not?
Yeah.
Every year we do a theme. So last year we had like a pool party, beach theme. So we kind of had like the ground was like sand, and we had a cooler. This time we've got a treasure chest full of beer. But yes, it really doesn't have anything to do with our core business, but we like pirates. So.
All right, so it is now day 3 or 4. I don't know. It's Friday. Okay, so you know what they say, got to get down on Friday. That's why I'm next to the bar. Okay. About to get down on Friday. So today was actually really awesome. I think that the thing is with the PodFest is the longer you're here, the better it gets. Because like for me, when I was first here, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh, what track should I go to? What, blah, blah, blah. And I was a little bit more shy to talk to people, but now I'm just talking to everybody. And the thing is, it's nice and easy because when you see this, you know that they're part of PodFest, and everyone is here to network. So literally everybody is here to network for the same thing. So you see someone with the lanyard, you talk to them, everyone's super nice and friendly, and it's been awesome. And I've made, as someone who is going to start their podcast, it's really great because I'm making all these connections with people that are helping me figure things out. And I have a guest list now of 15 people for my podcast, right? Whereas before I had 0. I had ideas of I want this type of person, that type of person. I'm like, how do I get in contact with them? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can just, message people in their DMs on Instagram or, email random people. But I think, and what I'm really starting to figure out is that the person-to-person connection and finding people like you who have similar goals to you is very indispensable, okay? Because I was like, well, I do digital content. It's digital video content, right? So I can reach out to people digitally, and that's true. But it's just different when you have the time, you set aside time to speak one-on-one with a person, you have that person in front of you, and you can, it's just more natural. We're humans, humans are meant to meet people like that, right? Meeting people on the internet is a new thing, but for thousands of years we've been going up and talking to people, right? That's the natural way of connecting, and you can see their face, you can see their facial expressions and their body language, and and you can kind of like just connect in a more real way because you're in real life, right? And I think that's the thing too, is like what I want to get across to all of you with these travel vlogs, with any of the content I make, my live streams, my IRL streams, and the podcast that I'm going to create, IRL Ventures, Travel Video Creators Podcast, is that I'm trying to reach you through the digital world to go get out there in the real world, right? And like sometimes I struggle with that. Sometimes I don't want to leave my bed, I don't want to leave my house, whatever. But whenever I go out there and I make those connections and I see things firsthand, it's completely different. And there is no replacement for going somewhere yourself, experiencing something yourself, and meeting and being with people in person. Now, I know not everybody has the opportunity to do that. Some people are limited by physical limitations. Some people are limited by monetary limitations, mental limitations even, that you have to get past. I have that myself. I have OCD, so I have to deal with that every day. And but the thing is, it's like I love travel so much and new experiences and meeting. I'm an extrovert. I'm an extrovert. So I love meeting people and experiencing things. So even though it kind of like triggers my OCD, it is something that is a reward in itself for me, because that is my thing, right? I love language, I love travel, I love people, and hearing and sharing stories and making new stories. Like that's my favorite thing, is like, oh, this crazy thing happened, blah blah blah, and I have stories like that at PodFest. I'm like, oh yeah, remember this? And that's the difference. That's the thing, is like when you're interacting like that, it's natural, and you can have like a deeper bond. And then there's a certain level of trust when you meet someone in person. You kind of have a vibe, right? Your vibe check. And you can say like, oh, do I trust this person? Do I vibe with them? Do I want them in my life, right? Or do I want to network with people like them? Because if you find someone that you vibe with, they're probably going to have other people that also vibe with them, who are probably going to vibe with you because you're vibing with their friend, right? So, and it's crazy. Like I've been talking and networking with people that own businesses and companies, and they're like, oh, hey, like let's talk about, like I haven't even started my podcast, and I've company is talking to me about like affiliate marketing deals and blah blah blah, and it's amazing. Like Adobe was like, hey, if you get people to sign up with your code, you get $10 for them trying a free trial. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, here, go here and get your code, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's amazing. Because like you can literally use your listeners, your followers, your viewers, right? Support you financially. And it doesn't cost them a thing. That's amazing. So they sign up for the 30-day free trial for Adobe, and I get $10 every time. Now, people are like, oh, how do you make money? How do you monetize and stuff? It's like, there's all these sorts of ways out there. You don't have to do the coaching route. And that's the other thing too, is like, I met other people here. There's other travel creators, other travel video creators that I've met and that are going to be on my show probably. And I'm going to be on their shows, and etc. And the thing is that a lot of us are similar. Like, we don't want to become coaches. But the thing is, we watch coaches because they're good at coaching. But then what do they train you to do? They train you to be a coach. And if that's not what you want to do, then it's like, okay, how do I do that? So you're going to have to find a way around that. And like, that's what I also want to help people out with my podcast, is people like me that like, they don't want to monetize by becoming a coach. What are other ways I can monetize? How am I able to like get companies to pay me to promote their products? How do I get free flights? How do I get free hotel stays for the value of my content promoting their business, right? And I'm still learning too. And that's the thing, is like, I'm still learning all this stuff. But as I learn it, I want to share it with you. And, as I do that, I'm going to meet more people like me, and I'm going to grow in my knowledge, and I'm going to have guests on that teach me and teach you. And I think it's going to be great. And I'm just getting super psyched and excited about what this is going to become. And now it feels a lot more concrete. right? I'm preparing well to start right. I'm building that foundation, and I think now I'm really psyched for everything, and it feels possible because I see other people, I talk to them, and I learn how they went from, just putting it out there and no one was listening and maybe one person, maybe then 5 people, and then now they have thousands of, weekly listeners, and it can happen. And it's about all this stuff that like you'd be like, oh, there's a market for that? Yes, it's huge. There's billions of people on the earth, right? So anyway, I just want to share my thoughts, and also this atrium is really nice, right? I really like it. It's very nice and fancy. You got a little waterfall going on over here, a pu bu, if you will, if you speak Chinese. And yeah, it's awesome. Last night there was a place that had like 1 million free pizzas. It's free alcohol. It's great. Unlimited too. So that was awesome. So all you can drink, all you can eat. It's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go get down on Friday.
Some of these people have never been on stage before. Some of them have been on a couple times. You have some people that are veterans and they're professionals and they do this for a living. So no matter who takes this stage, I want you guys to make this the safest room that anybody can possibly do. That means no heckling. That means no booing. If they come to you for a question, it may be rhetorical, it may not. We want laughing and cheering. If there's anything that you're not feeling, just let it slide by you. Exercise your American freedom of ears and allow the stuff you ain't feeling just to go by you. So we can exercise our American freedom of speech and say whatever the fuck we want to. Can we sign up for that? Can we sign up for that? It doesn't matter what the topic is, what the material is. Nobody is going to flinch, or do anything because we're going to make this stage safe for them. And this is the only place where I do that. I don't do this at comedy clubs or colleges or cruise ships or anything else because they have a filter in the industry. It's called the blue sheet. On that blue sheet is shit you can't say because you're going to offend their people. So you have, sometimes it's a sheet, sometimes it's 5, and you got to edit all your shit so that you still get paid because we are professionals. So there's very, very, very rare stages you get a chance to just lift your skirt. Or drop your pants. And the reason why I have this show to be one of those shows where we really can go for it is because you guys are actual voices for the unvoiced. You speak for people. You can give yourselves a round of applause for that. You're touching on topics and issues and things that affect people in so many ways, and they get to sit back in their own bedroom and kind of heal from what you guys are talking about, which is some very heavy shit. So I am not going to filter the people on this stage who want to make levity, because you guys are already addressing a lot of those issues anyway and healing people. So there's no reason why this can't be the safest comedy stage in so.
Can we get a suggestion of where 3 guys might meet? Anything.
Airport terminal.
Terminal.
Dad, why are we here in the airport terminal?
Tammy, take care of your child.
What do you expect me to do? You're the security officer.
I'm the security officer. I'm also the father, and I'm paying the bills. Now that's your child. I did not buy you that.
Turtle.
Turtle? For nothing.
I really wanted it. You know that
It's super slow. Look at it walk.
I wanted
Pink pony. You heard him. Get him the pink pony.
Oh, pink pony. Where's your card? Equality. You want? Come on.
What? No. You think I'm just gonna hand over?
The last thing you charged on my card was
for zucchini.
Zucchini.
You keep judging my choices. All I am is a girl who's just trying
to get a pink tutu.
To get a pink tutu.
Yeah, pink tutu.
Karaoke girl, so she kind of confused me, and she's like, "Come to open mic night. So can you guys humor me a little bit?" with a little ba ba ba. Ready? Sweet Caroline. Ba ba ba. Thank you so much. And just one more, so good. Ready? Ba ba ba.
So good. So good. So good.
Oh, if I had a nickel.
Now, for me, the digital means finger. And for women have been dealing with pap smears and things like that forever. But for me, a doc came at me with a gloved finger and said, bend over cough. It's like, I'm out of here. They put the pump directly into your scrotum, and then you pump yourself up kind of like a balloon animal. Now, you do have a choice between poodle and unicorn, so that's all.
So, in case you're wondering, I am South Korean. Okay, South Koreans, we are now on the map, all thanks to a very famous song and video. You may have seen it. It's called Gangnam Style. Yes, yep, that's the one. That's the one. When that video first came out, I said to myself, man, there is so much wrong with this video. But the thing that pissed me off the most is when my friends, my white friends, they would come up to me and be like, hey, Sai, he's your people, man. That's your people, man. How ignorant is that? That's like me going up to them and be like, hey, honey boo boo, that's your people.
As you all notice, I'm short and small in time. I've been called half pint. Some even people tell me I hold a beer bigger than me.
So it's actually a benefit not having feet like this, because then those challenges, like standing and walking, pain in the butt. But, hey, when I get home, full day of walking around and stuff, first thing I do, get my wheelchair and rip these bad boys off. It is the equivalent of when women get home and take off their bra when they get home from work. Not that I would know anything about that.
So I went to medical school as per their advice, and I got kicked out 5 times out of 3 different schools. I thought I was doing pretty well, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I decided to drop out on my own volition. So I decided to move to LA to go through the whole time during the pandemic. Yes, and I figured becoming a SAG-AFTRA actor, because if you can't be a doctor, you can play one.
My internal clock is very well oiled, right? It helps when you're born with a low hand and a big hand, right? So that part's really easy. But, getting there on time is kind of difficult, right? When you can lose a foot race to Stephen Hawking without the chair, it's a little difficult.
I marry gay guys, and that's plural. It means more than one, yes. You know, if God sent me a memo when I was a little girl and I was thinking about even getting married, he would have said, Sierra, all you have to do is walk in your closet. Your 2 future ex-husbands will be waiting there for you.
Okay, so yes, retired Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. So retired that I came from when they were a winning team.
I'm on the middle of a 3-month tour with me and my service dog, whose name is Sister. I know, it sounds like a very cute name for a dog until you lose her. Then you gotta walk around the neighborhood going, have you seen my sister? She got out of her cage trying to eat a rat. Why are you calling the police? Put the phone down, let me explain.
You know, I was diagnosed with having a speech impediment. My mom came to the school after I was evaluated, and they sat her down, and they're like, yeah, Nadine needs, speech. And the thing is, my mom was like, well, why? Why does she need speech? And so the speech pathologist explained, you hear the speech impediment now, right? She's like, well, Nadine has an enlarged tongue. Calm down. Let me finish. It is larger than the average, which means it's also lazy. See, I told you to calm down, right?
So my podcast is The Naked Human. I talk about nudity. I facilitate nude events for women. And hold on, before I go any further, I am so nervous. This is my first time on stage without my clothes on. And actually, Actually, the men who helped me rehearse my material suggested that I come on stage naked, so I'm hoping that this will suffice. So I'm a single woman and a nudist, which makes my dating life interesting. And I meet men who want to go on dates with me. They often assume that I'm going to show up naked. And I do.
Don't listen to anything he says because this is my 4th time maybe doing stand-up because I'm an improviser and do sketch. And I can't follow this, the naked podcast. I have to borrow a shirt. Just cover my massively fucking wiener. I mean, Jesus, thank you. It's like, oh man. I don't remember what I was going to say. I just looked over and saw an Asian guy, so now I remember what I was going to say.
Look, everybody has 3 minutes. You have something in your life that is an experience that you can make funny. And right from the beginning, even your journey down the canal of your dad's penis is a routine. As a sperm. You can do a whole HBO special just on that swim from your dad's nutsack. I mean, everybody has, you ain't even a human yet, and you already got 20 minutes of material. I'm serious. We all have it. We all have 3 minutes. You know what I learned about the whole sperm journey? You got blockers. Yes, you do. You know, because sometimes it might be more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 15 dudes in the process. So you got sperm that are blocking other sperm so that the sperm with the sprints can get to the egg and and have the life. Oh wow, you know that. Relax, homie, you won.
One thing about comedy that people don't understand. The court jester is the most important fucking person in the room. It keeps the hierarchy to let them know what the public thinks, and it keeps the public knowing what the hierarchy thinks. We are very important as comedians and comedians. Don't ever give up your shit, because I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you the formula how to fail. Quit.
Okay, everybody, on 3, get your shots. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, cheese.
All right, we are here in the main stage. This is the closing keynote for PodFest 11 2025. And Roberto Blake is the guest of honor, and I'm excited because I've been watching his tutorials, listening to his podcast, watching it on YouTube for years, and you know, that's awesome. And he tells it like it is, so I'm excited to hear what he has to say today. And he's right there. He's right in front of us, right here. I was just talking about you.
The power in this room, in this family, is not just the information through the sessions. It's everything that happened between. I mean, how incredible were the lunch and learns if you were at the lunch and learns? And what about all of those moments where we really got to unwind at the bar or at the after parties? Yeah. And what about those informal meetups where we all just connected and really solidified strong connections? Yeah. Those were happening everywhere I went. And I want you to think back to when you first got here. Maybe you were a little overwhelmed or a little bit anxious, especially if this is your first PodFest, first-time PodFesters. You're not a virgin anymore. Or if you traveled here alone, who came here by themselves? Yeah, you're not alone anymore either, are you? No way, right? And then we dived into like a lot of really great breakout sessions where we learned how to begin and grow and monetize our podcasting. We heard from people like John Lee and Kate Dumas. They gave us the courage to do some really uncomfortable things. This community is full of people who are taking a leap and who are letting go and stepping into their next best potential. And our last keynote speaker of our conference is someone who embodies this leap fully and who is here to help us take our next one. He is a creator technologist with over 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. And not only that, he is a best-selling author of the book Create Something Awesome Today. Create Something Awesome Today. And if that wasn't enough, he's also someone who generates 6+ figures making content and working with some of the biggest brands on the planet. Wow. I know, and as a cherry, right? As a cherry on top, in 2018, he started the Awesome Creator Academy to help people turn their passions into paychecks. Woo. And he's here today to tell us as creators what's on the horizon, to teach us how to step into some new opportunities, embrace some new platforms, and to take some big leaps. So let's welcome to the stage, Roberto Blake.
You know, they say your vibe attracts your tribe, and I believe that. And I've stopped telling people to grow audiences and build audiences, and I've started telling them to attract your tribe. Attract those like-minded people who share your interest, but also don't stop there. Attract like-hearted people who share your values and your principles. And in order to do that, you have to embrace what is my 2025 theme. I've declared 2025 the year of rebellion. And what rebellion means isn't being a rowdy, snotty brat. It means being bold, authentic, and unapologetic about who you are. And I think that that is one of the most important things that you can do, more than video production, more than video editing, and yes, please God, dear God, good audio. But you need to bring big creator energy. You need to show up and show out. And part of that is having the confidence and conviction in the things that you're making and that you're doing, and knowing that you are not holding back any longer, that you are putting your best foot forward, that you are doing everything you can, and you're not phoning it in because you're afraid to fail. And then you can say, well, I didn't really try that hard anyway, or, oh, I'm a smaller creator. No, bring that big creator energy. Show up as if you're worth $1 million and watch it manifest.
Okay, so PodFest 11 2025 is a wrap, officially, okay? So this is the last night. There's a big party. We did a lot of awesome stuff today. They had the comedy show before, and all those people in the comedy show, it's their first time going on stage. And I think they did amazing for being their first time doing stand-up ever. Like, most of those people have never gotten on a stage and done stand-up at all before. And I think they did incredible. And I can't share all of this stuff on the vlog because some of it's a little NSFW, but it was funny. It was really, really funny. And, you know, these, like, everyone's so magnanimous, you know. Ooh, there you go. That's a good word for you. But everyone's so, like, vivacious, magnanimous, stupendous. I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know. But anyway, everyone's so like full of life here and positive, and it's great. And you know, the first day I was here, I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. And I was thinking, I was like, I don't know, is this for me? Like, should I be here, whatever? But now, like, I love being here and you know, connecting with people and everything. And yeah, if I have the ability to monetarily and time-wise, I'm gonna be back next year. But yeah, it was great. Like today I did mostly the video track, and today was like a lot more advanced than the first day I did the video track. First day was kind of a lot about like, oh, you're a podcaster who doesn't know how to do video. I'm the opposite of that. So today was a little bit more advanced, a little bit more my speed when it came to the video track and what they were talking about. Excellent talks. I got little snippets of it. But yeah, the thing is, like, if you are an aspiring podcaster, if you're serious about it, or if you have a podcast, and if you can afford it, and you had the time to come, I would recommend you come, because I've made like some amazing connections, and I have jokes with people, and I had a lot of fun, and you just connect in a different way when you're in person and networking, and it's awesome. And like, almost everyone who's also a first timer here, they're like, I'll be back next year. I'm gonna come every year. And I think that's just testament to like how great an event it is. And it really makes a difference when you find like-minded people. There was a talk today, they were talking about like-minded and like-hearted, right? So people that think like you and are similar to you, but they also have the same values that you have. So you need to find people that mesh with that. And when you're talking about having a host for a podcast or whatever, you got to find people like that to feature and everything like that. You got to be aware of your audience. But it's awesome. Everyone's really positive here. It's very inclusive. There's all ages, all types of people on different journeys and different. You have some professional podcasters in here that's their living, and you have some people like me who haven't even started the podcast yet. But anyway, I just wanted to say, like, now that I'm releasing this, look out for IRL Ventures podcast, okay? It is the Travel Video Creators podcast, and you can see it now. I will link that below, right here, but by now I should have 5 episodes out for you to enjoy. I'm also going to be live streaming them on my Twitch, so check out that. All those links are down in the description, as you know, as always. But yeah, it was a great experience, and made some, great friends, great connections. And the thing is, like, even if you think you can't afford it, there are avenues to come for, just reach out to people, say, hey, what is available to me? Is there a scholarship or anything like that? Because those things do exist for PodFest. And, there is a little hack, I will tell you. If you are a Buzzsprout subscriber, okay, and you are signed up to their newsletter and stuff, you might get invited to be like, hey, submit a proposal, and we'll think about it, and we might add you to PodFest on our dime, right? Buzzsprout is sponsoring a lot of things here. It's a podcast distribution platform. You go on Buzzsprout, and it distributes you out to all of the different podcast platforms. So Buzzsprout, if you go to Buzzsprout and you're a subscriber, there's a chance that you could be chosen to come here for free on their dime, and it's amazing. And the thought behind that is, you're talking about you're using Buzzsprout, okay? PodFest makes you better. So if you come here, you're a Buzzsprout subscriber, and you come here and you say, listen, Buzzsprout brought me blah blah blah. I've been using it. It's great. And you level up your game as a podcaster because you're at PodFest, you're learning all this stuff, you're networking, you're getting yourself to that next level. The thought for them is like, that's great. You're gonna reach more ears, you're gonna reach more eyes. You're gonna be able to get in front of more people and be a brand ambassador for Buzzsprout. So things like that exist. Adobe Podcast, they have a link. Like I said, if you wanna support me monetarily, but you have no money, I'll tell you what to do right now. There's a link in my description, right? You're sick of hearing that, right? There's a link in my description to sign up for Adobe Creative Cloud, right? You can get Adobe Podcast, which, I'll have them explain it way better than I do. But here's the thing. All you gotta do is click the link, click my link specifically, my affiliate code, and you go and you sign up for a 30-day free trial. Everyone who clicks the link and signs up for the 30-day free trial, I get $10. So literally, you're able to support me for free, which is amazing. And after the 30 days, you can cancel. You don't have to continue. You don't have to pay. if you like it and it works for you, then great. You know, I'm an Adobe Creative Cloud subscriber for years now, right? I use Premiere Pro, I use Adobe for everything, right? I love it. I stand behind it. So that's why I'm willing to say, hey, try it out for 30 days. This is what I use to make the videos, you know? And even if it's not for you, or even if you just, you know, sign up for the trial and you cancel before the 30 days, I still get 10 bucks. So, you know, think about if like everybody watching this did that, that would be amazing for, like, I would get so much money and I would appreciate that so much. But it costs you nothing. So if you want to support the channel and you want to support not only the YouTube channel, you want to support the Twitch, the IRL live streams, all the live streams, you want to support the podcast, and you're like, listen, I don't have money to give, boom, sign up, 30-day free trial. But anyway, that's me, Adventures, and it was an amazing time here, and I can't wait to come back. Hopefully I'll be back. But they did say something else. They said that there is a VidFest happening in August, I think, of 2025. So that is coming up. They only have 200 spots, so you gotta act quick, okay? We're some of the first to know, okay? It was a grand announcement tonight, but I'm excited for that, and hopefully I can go to that too. I think it's in Georgia, so heads up for that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you are thinking about starting a podcast, type in the comments below what your podcast would be about. And even if like you're not really serious about it, if you could have a podcast, what would your topic be about? And why are you uniquely qualified to talk about that subject? What is your unfair advantage, as they say, right? What is the thing that makes you different and special that people will listen to you about? Write that in the comments, and I'm gonna engage with all of you. I'm gonna reply to every single comment. And thank you so much. Adventures out.
Ba-do-ba-ba-ba.